In Hong Kong of the World Cup Asian qualifying match between Hong Kong and China. The second match for both sides in Asia Group 4. The other two teams in this group, Kuwait and Malaysia. Kuwait having been beaten. There's Ari Han, the Dutch coach of China, the man on the left, former great player himself from the 1970s, along with the likes of Johan Cruyff and Johan Neeskens. And another reminder yet again about our SMS Guess the Game messaging service. And if you'd like to take part in that with your mobile phone, press 11 for a Hong Kong win, 12 for a China win, 13 for a draw, enter 508618 and confirm. You'll be charged $1.50 for each call, and the no more calls, I should say, will be accepted after kickoff for the second half. There's Zhang Wai-jung on the left, walking alongside Hong Kong coach Lai Sun-cheung. And Hong Kong, if you've only just joined us, playing in the red, China in the white. And the good news for Hong Kong fans is, of course, at this stage of the game, the score is 0-0, and Hong Kong, Mark, have very much held their own.
Yeah, I think so. That's probably one of the main reasons it is 0-0, Andrew. The Hong Kong goalkeeper, Fan Chun-yip, has had a splendid first half display and has definitely kept Hong Kong in this game. But no, the Hong Kong side, I mean, let's put it into perspective. They are expected to lose this game. It's as simple as that. And they are holding their own to an extent. As the game goes on, my only fear is they might get a little tired or too tired with the conditions being what they are. And you know, fitness may be the telling factor, but for the moment they are good for the 0-0, as it were, and yeah, a fairly even contest, although we've seen the bulk of the better chances going to China.
So China very much under pressure in this match to up their performance, if you like. They do have that 1-0 victory over Kuwait, but it was Hong Kong who beat Malaysia 3-1. So it's Hong Kong sitting on top of this group at the moment by goal difference.
I mean, really, when you think about it, Andrew, to get any kind of result for Hong Kong from this game it would just be a tremendous achievement. And of course, Hong Kong would stay on top of that group, put even more pressure on China.
Well, China have been made to look uncomfortable at times by Hong Kong. I wouldn't go as far as to say ordinary, but Hong Kong have very much made things difficult.
You see, the Sito man really had no sort of time doing that. He had an awful lot of time on the ball. Hong Kong had kept possession well, and he's just given possession away. And
Sun Jinghai looking for a chance, trips up and goes down under his own steam.
Cheung Sa-ho with a long left foot ball, looking for his counterpart striker, number 12 Wong Chu-yu. It's just drifted out. Well, he's actually inside the box, Andrew. So
and he's taken a knock on the shins.
Yeah. Hong Kong were lucky to get away with that. No, I just think when Hong Kong have got possession, they need to do a little bit more with it and try to. That's good defending by Sito Man this time.
A good run by China's footballer of the year, Zhang Zi. He plays his club football in Shenzhen. Good solo break by him, and shadowed now by, that's Lau Chi-keung of Hong Kong.
Yes, Lau Chi-keung, one of the more experienced Hong Kong players. And one of the, not the oldest, but one of the older members, 27 years of age. Hong Kong got to be careful here.
A wonderful clearance there by Zito Man, and it came straight back at him. Jeers for Zhang Zi.
Well, I didn't see too much wrong with that, Andrew. I'm not sure what actually happened.
Well, the crowd didn't either, Mark. Referee, a Thai referee, Mr. Runclay Monkal. Looks like he's called for the stretcher. And let's see it again.
Well, yeah, nothing. It perhaps was a little bit of accidental contact, and that's why he stayed down.
Well, to be fair, Mark, he may not be faking. He may have just come down on his foot awkwardly, as players can sometimes. but it really didn't look to be much at all. Rihan on the left. China's coach, the likes of Bora Milutinovic coming before him.
Totally different characters,
Very.
I suspect. So, I'm sure they're finding it a little bit different to work under two different types of managers for these mainland Chinese players.
No, Zudo Man outfoxed on that occasion, but it's Hong Kong who come away with it. Chu Suki. It's still Chu. Out wide. It's a good break for Hong Kong. They've opened them up a little.
Well, here's the young substitute, 22 years of age, but he just hesitated a little bit with that ball into the box.
And Man Pei Tak body checks Sun Ji Hai, who dishes out a little of his own.
Sun Ji Hai that time dishing out the...
Yeah, Man Pei Tak, who came on as a substitute in the first half, really clattering Sun earlier on. And then actually Chu just getting the slightest of touches. So, an opportunity for Hong Kong. Cheung Sai-ho takes it.
Got to try and get this ball back in the danger area, and they do. There's a little bit of space over here for
Loan.
Well, unfortunately, total misunderstanding there from Kwok and Leung.
What a shame, an exasperated collective sigh from the crowd there. The charge through now by Zheng. Flags up for Hao Haidong.
Yeah, and he was a little annoyed, Andrew, because he was a good 2 or 3 yards offside in the end, but I think he wanted his teammate Seng Bin to release the ball a little earlier, and that's what he was more frustrated and annoyed about.
Zheng Yuning getting a little attention on the sideline.
Purely accidental, Andrew, that. He's gone for the ball, and the ball was there to be won.
Li Weifang getting no sympathy from this partisan crowd at all. He probably deserves it, though. Be a few lace and stud marks on his face.
Chung Sa-ho again. His teammate a little short there. Chu Sai-ki. Now, a positive start, Andrew, to the second half for Hong Kong. They, once again, they don't really look overawed, do they? I know there were some comments made by the Hong Kong coach that the pressure is all on China. They're the ones who are nervous. They're the ones, of course, who have to win this game. So Hong Kong, you know, they don't look overawed, and they're not out of this game yet.
No, far from overawed, Mark. They've created plenty of chances themselves. They're ambitious. They're fast.
Is not going to give anything for that.
Well, he's possibly let a few things go that he shouldn't have, but the end result has been a pleasant to watch, free-flowing game.
Yeah, I think it has, because you know, games such as this, and particularly in Asia, we see so often the officials stopping and starting things all the time. But he really has had a good game this evening, and it's been fairly entertaining, and largely because he's allowed the play to flow.
Sun
Ji Hai, great skill.
Looking to create an opportunity for himself, and one of the Chinese players doing the job of the Hong Kong defender there.
That's a terrible effort, Andrew. We saw the number 3 have another terrible effort in the first half on his weaker right foot, and that was his favoured left. But
Yang Pu really wasting this after some classy looking footwork by Sun. going all the way back to Yang Pu, who just wasted it. I mean, Fan was nowhere near far enough out to try and lob it.
No, I think that's probably what he was trying to do, because it certainly wasn't a powered shot by any means. It's a little hopeful, and Hong Kong should get onto that ball. So that's what I just meant, Andrew, before, the strength there. We saw the strength from Hao Haidong, who's not the biggest player in this Chinese side, but he's strong.
Mark, Hong Kong seem very happy to get it out of their half, but it's that second phase that they need to follow up on.
It's a good ball.
That's a wonderful ball.
Kwok is very quick.
That's the best chance that Hong Kong has had so far in this match.
Yes, we did say before, Andrew, I mean, he's a little slip by the number 3, who's having a torrid time, and Kwok was in on goal.
If it wasn't for the outstretched foot of Yang Pu, that may have done some damage.
Yeah, good recovery though, wasn't it, from the Chinese defender? I've probably been a little overcritical of him there, because he did well to recover. It's an easy take in the end.
So China rattled once again, as they were on 2 or 3 occasions in the first half. We're now 10 minutes into the second of this World Cup Asia qualifying match. The first meeting in Group 4 between Hong Kong and China.
But what a good chance that was. Good play, all-round play from Hong Kong. And as you were saying, Andrew, they actually look very comfortable in their own half, keeping the ball. But as it moves into the final third, that's just where normally the pass goes a little wayward. Chung So-ho with a wonderful through ball there. We know he can do that with that great left foot. Good recovery, good defending.
That would have been a golden moment for Hong Kong. How close they were. Still certainly a respectable scoreline, though, for the SAR. 0-0 against a side that made the World Cup finals in Korea and Japan 2 years ago. Trying to thread it through again, that time without success. Back for Lau, who's doing some handy work with it. 2 or 3 players going for it.
See, this really is where Hong Kong have got to be careful, Andrew, because they're committing bodies and they're committing players forward. And with the quality of Sun Jae-hee and Hao Haidong up front, they can really tear you apart if you haven't got enough bodies and defenders behind the ball. Great work by Hong Kong, though. That's a little wasted, maybe. There's not much in it, is there? Just half a yard, but good call by the linesman.
It's not the best angle, but either way, the linesman's flag was up. Zhang Yuning.
Poor communication, and nobody's told him there was no man on him. He could have just let it run out for a harmless goal kick. As it is, he's panicked and give a corner away.
Well, you can see obviously he's saying that nobody told me about some communication. But either way, there's some pressure on Hong Kong now. As Zhao tees up this corner.
Wait for Lai.
Zheng Bin.
Should be there, number 14, the big number 14 captain.
Flying in for the head, and Hong Kong do well to clear again, as they have done throughout this match. It's gone back for Yang Pu, chased by Chu.
Yeah, that's going to be a yellow card. He was very, very late there. Yeah, I think fair enough, Andrew. But we
for Choose UK.
We once again, from that corner, we once again saw Fan Chun Yip, who's actually lying down, not in the picture at the moment, so he'll be receiving some treatment in a second after that great clearance from the corner.
Referee has come over to Fan Chun Yip. Let's just see what that yellow card was awarded for before. Barely any contact at all, really, but...
Yeah, I think he was just late, wasn't he? Wasn't particularly malicious.
The trainer is now on, attending to Fan Chun Yip, and Yang Pu definitely making a meal of that one for the benefit of the referee. Now finally we get to see Fan Chun Yip. And let's see what sort of contact was made with the Hong Kong keeper. Well, quite a bit, in fact.
Yes,
a big left arm.
It was the big captain, Andrew, who said he's been moving up for all these set pieces, and he's followed through with his left arm, and unfortunately caught Fan Chun Yip. With that, let's hope he gets back to his feet fairly quickly. And yeah, that's very, very good news for Hong Kong.
Well, Mark, our Brains Trust here has just told me what the crowd has been screaming out. They've been screaming out the name of Fan Chun Yip, who just from that first half alone is already a folk hero in this match. 1 or 2 superb saves, keeping the score at 0-0.
Yeah, he's definitely won a lot of friends this evening. Well, this is where Hong Kong could potentially be dangerous on the break.
Football from Hong Kong, and the referee letting that nudge go. Sun Ji-hai.
Once again, Andrew, very, very good refereeing, because...
thoroughly deserved.
Yes, it was actually a foul by Sun Ji-hai. He pushed the Hong Kong player, and the referee, quite rightly, allowed play to go on, because Hong Kong still had the advantage. And then, as the move broke down, he's pulled Sun Ji-hai up and gave him a yellow card.
So free kick for Hong Kong, and that was worth trying. But in the end, no danger for Li Yunfei.
Well, that's the culprit Leung again. Very poor free kick. I don't know what he was trying to do there. And China once again regained possession.
Around about 13 minutes left for China to prove their point here to a team that have been referred in the Chinese media to little brother. The little brother holding big brother to a 0-0 scoreline at the moment. With
that's great battling from Hong Kong. Great challenging.
Well done. Tricky play from Chu.
Well, Kwok a little wasted that final ball into the box, but great tenacity from the Hong Kong players there, being prepared to work and win the ball in that midfield area.
Good disciplined play by Wai Chu of Hong Kong, and that seemed to be too good to be true, didn't it? Hong Kong were away, but the flag was up as quick as a flash.
Yeah.
I would love to see a replay of that defensive header by Wai Chu.
I mean, definitely, Andrew,
under pressure.
Yeah. When we said before that's just going to run out harmlessly for a goal kick, but we said before, the longer this game goes on at 0-0, the more confidence Hong Kong will get and grow. And you can see just this passage of play over the last probably 5 or 8 minutes, with a comfortable header there, the move, a little bit of skill. These Hong Kong players are definitely growing in confidence as this game goes on and the score remains 0-0.
Well, Mark, you wouldn't even say that Hong Kong have stopped a 5-0 scoreline by half-time, because China haven't really looked that effective in front of goal, or not as effective as they should be for a side that played in the World Cup recently.
Yeah, I think Chung Sa-ho trying to thread a ball through. Yeah, I mean, we've already brought up their lack of goal-scoring capabilities up front. But in all honesty, other than a few long-range efforts and, of course, that close-range header, which Fan Chun Yip made a fantastic save in the first half, they've not really looked particularly threatening, have they? for me, the midfield's not been playing so well. They've not threaded a lot of ball through. And now they're even losing out to Hong Kong in the midfield.
And look at the pace. Look at the pace of Hong Kong. Mark, the Chinese players may have a physical size advantage, certainly a height advantage over Hong Kong, but certainly not in speed. Hong Kong have been quick to catch them by surprise.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe the mainland Chinese side have underestimated this, the fitness and the sheer speed, like you say, Andrew, of this Hong Kong side. Well, the linesman, I think, thought about it, putting his flag up.
Mark, I'm sure there's a few tired players out there, particularly in red shirts, but they're not really showing it just yet.
No, still quite a little ways to go in this game, and this, in most football matches, is most coaches will tell you a critical time. This next sort of 15 minutes, where games are not always, but very often won or lost. A little bit of lack of concentration because you get more tired, as we just saw there. Chinese striker getting away, no real marking, and that's, you know, you can just see it's starting to creep in now, Andrew, with this concentration or lack of it. And Hao Haidong's through.
Haidong, and a fine save from Fan Chun-Yip. He's done it again. And every time Fan Chun-Yip pulls off a save like that, the confidence of this China side must edge down just a little.
I'd love to be able to tell you that's the opening goal for Hong Kong, but unfortunately that man, the official from Thailand's got his flag up.
Well, Mark, I'll tell you what, it's a morale booster. Either way, that's the first ball to go in the back of the net.
Yeah, and we're going to see a substitution. But definitely Hong Kong on the break have looked very dangerous.
中國隊更換球員
for China.
由11號李毅入替10號張玉玲。Player substitution of China. Players number 10 substituted by number 11.
A little injury, that's why he didn't start. So it's good to see him on the field now. Well, good if you're from mainland China, that is. But no, Fan Chun-Yip, Andrew, he's just had a fantastic game, hasn't he? And he really is keeping Hong Kong in this match.
Zhang. Back for Zhao. Wei. Zhao. And Zhao Jun's there with cross to nobody, just straight to Fan Chun-Yip. So Wei Jin puts it forward.
I don't know, Andrew, for me, China have never really got used to this pitch or settled down to it. I mean, they've been playing on it the best part of 65 minutes now, and they're still, the Hong Kong substitutes warming up there, and the only foreign player in the lineup, Chung Sai-ho. Yeah. Oh, that's a professional foul, and really, in my opinion, should be a yellow card.
Zheng Zi, the Shenzhen-based player.
It's just a real body check. He's made no effort to move out of the way at all.
No, and no, look at that, no effort to chase the ball either.
And he's even leaned to one side to catch him, Andrew. It should really be a yellow card. Chung Sai-ho, very talented player. He was not the quickest player. I'm not sure if he'd have got all the way through on his run, but he was certainly full of confidence, and great to see him try.
The crowd screaming out, Hong Kong, Hong Kong.
Well, actually, Andrew, if this goes in from this free kick, we'll certainly hear some noise from this crowd. Fantastic atmosphere.
Well, I'll tell you what, they've certainly been the better of the two sides for the last 5 or 10 minutes or so. And disappointing wasted opportunity by Hong Kong, but again it's the thought that counts, if you like, and that is just yet another morale-boosting play for Hong Kong.
It certainly is, and I think this Hong Kong side, to be honest, have only just come together since last Saturday because of the local senior shield fixtures, and possibly that free kick, Andrew, might be a direct result of they've only just come together, probably not enough time on the training ground to work on this type of thing. You know, preparation for games like this is critical, and having 2 or 3 days to prepare is really not enough.
Zhengzi looks like he might take this. And that looks like it's a corner for China. Chu. Good, steady defensive work from him again.
Chu's had a solid game, hasn't he? He started off a little apprehensively, I could say, but since then he's settled into this. And he was one of the goal scorers in the Malaysian game, Andrew, so he's going really good from strength to strength.
由16號趙旭日入替7號孫繼海。
Another change for China, and I'm really not surprised about that.
Number 7 substituted by number 16.
On comes 16 with around about 20 minutes left in this second half. Oh, there's the opening goal, it looks like.
Well, unfortunately, it fell. I think it probably Hao Haidong got ahead to it, and yeah, I think he did. It seemed to fall invitingly for him, Andrew, and Fan Chun-Yip was caught a little bit in no man's land. I have to feel sorry for him.
Well, I think the whole side caught by surprise very much.
入球嘅係9號嘅中國球員邝海東。
Yeah, maybe the substitution just counted a little bit for that little lack of concentration, just took your eye off the ball. But look, it's fallen very luckily and invitingly for him, and Fan just couldn't get there quick enough. This ball could have gone anywhere.
Well, Fan Chun-Yip, who has had a sterling game, pulled off 3 or 4 sensational saves. Can't keep that one out by the Chinese veteran, 33 years old, Hao Haidong. A steadying influence on this side, and now that's an unusual side for Hong Kong, and I don't believe something that's really allowed in the stadiums now.
No, very surprising to see, isn't it? I'm not quite sure how they got that in the ground either. All the bags are being searched coming into this stadium tonight. Yeah, such a shame, wasn't it? Best part of 70 minutes. Hong Kong have held this mainland China side, Big Brother, to goalless draw, and a little bit fortunate to get that goal in the end.
That was a huge relief.
I was trying to say that. Very much a huge relief, isn't it?
Just that one goal against Kuwait in China's opening game, and Hong Kong, again, as they have done so well, try and take the game back to China, and Wong Chun-Yu making a desperate last-ditch slide. And ground officials there disposing of that offending article with what looked like a fire extinguisher.
Well, Hong Kong, what they haven't got to drop their heads now, which unfortunately happens all too often for them when they go a goal behind. They've got to keep the belief that they're competing. They're by no means being overawed. Another change we have, and let's just hope they keep playing as they have been doing.
So it looks like Zhu Yunlong is getting ready to come on for China. And you better not do that for too long.
A couple of players just got caught there following through, and looks like the referee's brandishing the yellow card again.
Yeah, and he's also calling for the trainers. And one clutching a leg, one clutching a leg and a head. So let's see what happened. There's the best angle. Both of them go down. continue with 2 series, we've seen worse.
Yeah, I think he just followed through a little bit. Sanders, as the ball was running away from him.
He's the big Dutchman who, before this game, didn't seem to be too happy with some of the players on the pitch who were warming up. Had a few harsh words to say. I'm sure one of them would be, don't underestimate Hong Kong. Lee Wai Man.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of Lee Wai Man this evening. He's been steady, and again, one of the more experienced older players in this side, 30 years of age.
Zhao Zambo was the other player involved here. There he is. Zhao now back on his feet. He's played quite a prominent role in this match, with around about 15 minutes left on the clock at the Susai Park Stadium. Good crowd here, around about 9,000. And 12 is off, 21 is on. So for China, on comes Zhu Yunlong. Wei Jin will sit out the rest of the match.
Good covering by him again.
He's done a great job, actually, Mark, the big man, on Wai Chu.
Yeah, he really has, Andrew, and like we've pointed out, he's young. Games like this, he can only grow, of course, in experience and confidence. That's not so well done, though.
No, that's a nice turn. Stopped, though, by Zhao Junze. Good ball through by Yang to Zhang, who still comes away with it. Getting entangled there with Zito Man.
Potentially dangerous. It was a free kick, was a foul. Potentially dangerous position here for China. So many big guys coming up. A couple of defenders in there, of course, the captain.
Well, Hong Kong know they can score against China. They did it in December, despite losing that match with China in Yokohama.
They've just got to react on this second ball a little quicker, Hong Kong. Keep that concentration level going. That's very good defending. And even for the goal, I think it was just that second. It was fortunate because the ball could have dropped and spun anywhere, and it just happened to drop right on Hao Haidong's head, giving Fan Chunyin no chance.
No, Wong getting a few studs there. Wong of Hong Kong on the ground gets a helping hand up from Zhang Zi.
Final ball, isn't it, in the danger and the final third. It's just letting Hong Kong down. They can't quite link up play and easily give possession away to China.
Hong Kong looking to continue this momentum. That's one lovely flick and a desperate bit of defending from Li Weifeng.
Yeah, it was very good defending, wasn't it? Because there was not much cover on.
Leung there getting charged out of the way by Zhu Yunlong. So change for Hong Kong. Zito Man has done enough in coach Lai Sun-cheung's books, and on comes 16 Luk Kun Pong, who plays his club football with South China in the Hong Kong League.
Changes for Hong Kong now, and that's always good to see. There'll definitely be some tired legs out there, no doubt.
Miscalculation by Chu Suke. That one goes straight back to a Chinese defender. Back now for Yang Pu. Cross for Zheng Zi, Chinese Footballer of the Year. And now over to Zhu Yunlong. And as the Chinese have done on several occasions through this match, and they've needed to let Hong Kong let a bit of that steam off. If they're looking too hot, pass the ball around amongst themselves, let them cool down.
We just saw, didn't we, the ball skipping and skidding away.
There's a little welcome to Hong Kong tackle on Zhao Juri. Sliding and holding that picture there of Lai Sing Chung, the Hong Kong coach.
I can't quite see it off the camera angle, Andrew, but probably we'll be seeing another change shortly for Hong Kong.
Oh, a lovely ball chased by Wong. Wong knocked off the ball by Chinese skipper Li Weifeng.
I think it's probably the right decision in the end. Didn't quite have enough pace.
Well, let's see the last touch.
Having
Mark,
said that,
deflection. That was deflection off the China. That really should have been a corner.
Yeah, that was wrong, wasn't it? Because it definitely should have been a corner.
Nice turn by Zhao. Zhao chips. Probably should have shot himself.
Yes, that was another very, very good chance created by the Chinese. That's not a very good challenge.
And I think...
I hope he's not the player who... No, I don't.
Well, I think Luk Kun Pong is saying, look, I barely touched him or didn't touch him at all.
Yeah, he seemed to just slide through him as the ball was going out. Yeah, totally. I mean, that's a poor challenge, really.
Yeah, he did catch him in the calf, and that would have hurt. I mean, there was a pretty solid knock.
Yeah,
I think calf
so.
on his right leg, and the trainers are coming on. And if he's sincere, he may not finish with 10 minutes left on the clock in this World Cup Asia qualifier.
There's an awful lot of not officials, Hong Kong ambulance men on the field, because there's also attention to the Hong Kong player, as we saw, just getting caught by Hao Haidong in his own 6-yard box, and it's the substitute, in fact.
Yeah, Man, one of Hong Kong's promising youngsters, who really does look like he needs the support of those two officials. Man Pei Tak is still limping around down there, and one or two Hong Kong players standing by on the sideline as well. And it looks like one of them is Luo Chunbong.
Of course, we've, I don't know if it's an injury as well, just looking on the bench there, we seem to have forgot Sun Jihai has left the field, and probably just picking up a little knock. Don't want to risk anything to one of their star players, or who, to be honest, has not really had the best of games this evening. I'm expecting a little bit more from him.
A little bit of negative play creeping back into the Chinese game again.
Well, I mean, really, Andrew, it's not good to see, because Hong Kong, let's remember, are, well, as it stands at the moment, they're still the top of this group on goal difference. So if China scored 3 against Malaysia, you'd expect China to go on and score a few more tonight to build up their goal difference.
I'll tell you what, we've got so much going on the sidelines, Mark. We've got Luo Chunbong coming on for Hong Kong. We have Cheng Sai-ho going off. We have players being attended to by medics on the sideline, and Dutch coach of China, Ari Han, screaming out instructions to his players from the sideline as well.
I'm really not surprised, Andrew, because they've not really performed, have they, tonight? And yeah, I won't say it was a lucky goal, but certainly there wasn't a lot of flair to it. But they've really not taken the game to Hong Kong as much as I think everybody expected, and probably Ari Han himself in the second half. People were expecting big things from this Chinese side: quick movement of the ball, slick passing, a lot of power and strength. And to be honest, it just hasn't happened.
So just 6 or 7 minutes left for Hong Kong to prove a point against China. At the moment, it's not looking good for the SAR. They're trailing 1-0 here at Siu Sai Wan Stadium on Hong Kong Island. Well, hats off to them, China, when they've needed to. They have done a superb job at keeping the ball away from Hong Kong. Zhao plays back to Lee.
They certainly haven't given up, Andrew, this Hong Kong side. China, I mean, don't forget, you have to work twice as hard when you haven't got the ball than when you have it. And the Hong Kong side, to be honest, we can't see any possession figures, but I suspect China probably about 70-30 possession-wise for the whole of this game so far. And so that means Hong Kong have had to work extremely hard.
Oh, he did well. Zheng Bin running onto it. And again, good defensive work by of Hong Kong.
It's tidily done by Hong Kong.
Classy. They've kept the momentum going. That ball just may be a little too long for the likes of Wang Chongyu. Inside the last 5 minutes.
Great to see Hong Kong's fitness levels still fairly high and able to play themselves out of trouble, as we saw just then.
This has been a tough match for Hong Kong. They've given it their all. And if you believed everything you read in the papers in the past week or so leading up to this match, you would have expected probably a 3 or 4-0 scoreline in favor of China at this point.
I think so, Andrew. A lot of people had predicted that, and I'm sure a lot of people have bet some money on that scoreline. Here's another great opening, but unfortunately it fell to the defender, who we've been a little critical during this game, Yang Pu.
Crowd didn't like that one.
Now the typical response, Hong Kong response to that decision. And the reason for the stoppage is we have a player down. In fact, it's the 33-year-old Hao Haidong, the goal scorer, who seems to have cramp.
Well, that's a good opportunity for everyone to take a breather, but it's not what Hong Kong want, because they have done a great job in sparking them, reigniting their own attack and getting the game moving when they want to.
Yeah, I think the pensive Hong Kong bench thrown on a number of substitutes already to relieve some of those tired legs. But I'm really not surprised Hao is down with cramp. He just needs to get off the field, really. But it's very heavy underfoot, and that's taken its toll on one of the old men on this Chinese side.
Zhao Junzhen, cross for Li Weifeng, the Chinese skipper. Zhao.
Great working by Hong Kong there. It looks like a substitute. I think it was Luo Chongpong.
The throw now by Zhu Yunlong, himself a substitute as well. Well won. That was good play briefly by Man, but Hong Kong couldn't continue the possessive trend. Some neat passing going on by Hong Kong. It's Leung looking for a player, and in the end, straight to the opposition. Zhao. Carving a way through is Zheng Bin. Now he has Lau to deal with. Well won, Lau Chi Kung, who keeps it in Hong Kong's favour. Just coming up to 90 minutes.
Well tidied up there, wasn't it, by the Hong Kong defenders there. Still giving their all in this game, and I don't think anybody can be disappointed with their performance tonight. It's probably not been the best game of football, but for Hong Kong, they haven't let anybody down.
So 4 minutes to be added on. Not great news for China, but certainly good news for Hong Kong. That was an impossible task for Yang Chun-Yu to catch up with that one, I should say, and he didn't.
Bit of experience shown by the big number 14 captain. Should have been handball, really. I didn't think it was a foul, but the referee can't see that. There seemed to be a push on him.
It was a little early for Li Weifeng to go grabbing the ball. It's Lee who sends it, rockets it way back upfield. And Li Yi gets entangled with Ng Wei Chu. One of the star performers for Hong Kong tonight, along with the man in the yellow and black top, of course, Fan Chun-Yip. Kept out a barrage of goals, bar that one that slipped through, courtesy of Hao Haidong, to make it 1-0 on 70 minutes. So at this stage, China looking at another 1-0 victory. Their first came in their opening group match over Kuwait.
Well, that's the thing, Andrew, because the story is they beat Kuwait by 1 solitary goal to 0 just recently. Not a great performance, it has to be said. And looks like this one is probably going to end up by the same scoreline. And once again, not a great performance. So even though the 3 points may be in the bank and they've won the game, I'm sure the media will give them a bit of a bashing for this result when they're expected to win it 3 or 4 goals to the good.
Well, Mike, particularly as positions could eventually be decided on goal difference, and at the moment China only have 2 in the bag with 2 minutes left to play. Ari Han there, the coach of China, who probably would have expected more from his side, but it's the 3 points that count, and the way things are going, it's China that will pick them up. Zhu plays it back for Liu Yunfeng, who hasn't had much to do tonight. Lucky deflection off Leung. Hong Kong have been able briefly to take advantage of that. Leung chases again. Another indication there that pitch still very slippery after.
I think they're disappointed, Andrew, with the second half performance of China, although they've got the all-important and valuable goal, of course, but they are not really looking comfortable, and even now, when the game should be wrapped up, they're kind of hanging on.
The crowd are certainly into it. They're getting right behind Hong Kong. Hong Kong making a few inroads. Li Wei-Man, a brief moment there where it looked like something may have happened. Li Waiman again shadowing.
Yeah, I think certainly the Hong Kong crowd are wanting an end product and an end result from that attack, and something like a shot on goal, and it never quite came.
Well, Hong Kong shouldn't make the mistake of turning the other way. We're just waiting for the clock to count down, because China could sneak in another goal. And our clock says only about 10 seconds left.
He's got to get the ball upfield quickly here.
Just need to get a big ball upfield, but the whistle goes first as we just click over into 94 minutes. 4 minutes of time added on. So this World Cup Asia qualifier finishes Hong Kong 0, China 1. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment.